Episode 129. Your Mother and Me Other Podcast. The Monkey. It's been a while. How are you?
Before we get to me, I have a question for you. Were you perhaps,
Yep.
did you get to any fun activities while I was, or perhaps you were engaged in some sort of activities?
Yeah, we went camping on Gabriola. That's why we couldn't do the podcast last week. It was fun.
Yeah.
Here's a here's a question for you. Well,
Okay.
maybe not a question, but more like a general statement. But
Okay.
today was Megan's first day back in the office since the incident happened, and everybody who's listening to this already knows what happened. We don't have any. Nobody new listens to this. Um, but they were like giving her gifts and stuff. Like she came into big balloons. Congrats, Megan. They got her like a bottle of rosé, a gift bag.
Yeah.
Guess what I got? I got nothing. Okay, nothing.
Right.
Who bought that ring? I bought that ring. She just had to say yes, and she gets a bunch of gifts.
Yeah. It's
Anyways,
very,
yeah, I had a great time.
getting engaged is very sexist, I think is what you're trying to say.
Had a wonderful 10 days off. Um, I'm about to have some more time off. It sounds like, so that's exciting. But how's your um what's going on with you?
We're not at me yet. So, yeah, also, I heard about that you guys might be striking again. Is that pretty much going to happen, you think? Or
Well, okay. There was some optimism today because Canada Post they sent in an offer, and like the pay they were gonna give us a raise over 4 years. That was great. It seemed like everything was great, but then the union emailed us and they were like, "This is why it's not great."
Mm.
So it sounds like, yeah, it's not going to happen, and we're going to be striking as of Friday. But they haven't said yes or no either way, but it's not looking good. Not
Do you
looking
guys ever
promising.
do work? Okay, well,
Yeah,
that's interesting.
I wish. I mean, this is a good time of year to be out.
So how
Working,
long how long were you planning this engagement? When did you know you're like, I'm gonna do it?
well, we picked the ring out together because it's a fool's game to try to buy a ring yourself. Okay, so when you're together with a female or a male for a long period of time, you just kind of there's not like a, oh, I'm gonna surprise her with an engagement. It's just kind of like a, okay, we're gonna get engaged at some point, right? So let's think about that. Let's agree we want to get engaged. So let's look at rings. So we went to the mall and we looked at, we figured out her ring size, looked at what kind of style she wanted. Then we got a ring. Someone had behind me. I got a ring um, on the internet, paid a pretty penny for it, and then they sent it. It came from Turkey. They sent it to us, but it was the wrong ring. So then I had to send it back, and that was a whole thing. Took forever. So this process probably started in January,
Okay.
and then we had the ring. Probably it's been sitting. Like she knew the ring was in the house. It's been sitting in the house for like 2 months. And then like Gabriel, like the one camping trip together of the year, it seemed like a perfect time to do it. So
Interesting. I feel as though you talk about, well, I mean, once you're together for long enough, you just agree, yeah, we're gonna get engaged, and there's no surprise. You don't get
mhm.
down on, it's not the whole down on one knee. Oh my God, I wasn't expecting this. But I feel like a lot of people do that. But you talk about it as though that's what everyone does.
Well, she knew it was coming. It's just like when was it gonna come? She didn't
Yeah,
know it was necessarily going to happen this trip, but
I understand that part, but I don't think typically the couples pick out the ring together, do they?
um, everybody, at least maybe they don't pick it up, but like the female, the one receiving the ring, probably has a lot of input. So they'll tell you, oh, this is the kind of style I like. Here's a bunch of pictures of rings, and then I mean, then you can go and get it, and it's a surprise because they don't know when you're getting it. But we
Right,
just chose to do it together.
right.
So I think it's a mistake, or at least you're taking a big risk if you pick out a ring yourself without approval, because she might not like it, and she has to wear it for a while. So
That's true. I feel as though if I were to pick, say, Mackenzie a ring, I
mhm.
feel like I know exactly what she would want, and we don't need to collaborate on that. But maybe I got
Great.
it all wrong. I don't know.
No, some people don't like me. I don't like taking that risk. I'm sure I could have picked out a ring and she would have loved it.
Yeah,
But I would rather have had her be like, "This is what I want. Let's buy it together." I paid for the whole thing. Um, and then it comes and she gets it and she loves it. I know she loves it. I don't have to worry about that,
hmm,
especially with such a big investment.
right. They're not cheap.
Some of them are, some of them aren't.
Right. Okay, well, ultimately, I want to say congratulations, and I'm very happy for you both. And I will say
Thank you.
this, I didn't get you a gift basket, but I thought about getting you one. Is that fair enough?
That means that means the world to me. Yeah.
Okay, great.
Uh, so just make sure you're available. We don't have anything planned or picked out yet, but just make sure you're available for 2027, the whole year.
Okay, I'll make sure I'm not busy any of those days, like all 365 of them.
Like well, spring mostly.
Okay,
We're thinking May, but
okay, May 2027. I'll put that in my old memory noggin
you'll forget. It's fine.
right back here. I don't forget. This thing is working just like it used to when I was young.
Okay, great.
Like it's working so well, I bet I could even answer like random trivia questions as well.
Okay, sure. Yeah, that's great. So this is the 1500s category, 1500s
Oh, good.
from Friday, May the 9th.
Okay.
In 1569, Gerardus Mercator changed the world, or at least how we see it,
Yeah.
by publishing a new kind of this.
Map. I'm pretty sure it's
Map.
Mercator. Pretty sure. But yeah, map.
Mercador. Yeah, Mercador. The 1500s again, named for the Bishop of Hippo, this modern day Florida city was founded in 1565 by a Spanish conquistador. What's, oh, you probably won't get it.
You said
Unless you know
some.
Florida. Do you know Florida?
You said something about a hippo. What?
Named for the Bishop of Hippo.
The Bishop of Hippo.
Yeah, Hippo. This
Okay.
modern day Florida city was founded in 1565 by a Spanish conquistador.
Um. Probably like Tampa Bay.
St. Augustine.
Right.
I was thinking Miami, but it's not.
I'm going to Miami.
Do you
Welcome
know
to
much about
Miami.
sci-fi film?
Yes. Yes, I do.
In 1979 film, Captain tells his crew, a ship crew, mothers interrupted the course of our journey.
Okay, you were very robotic there, but I think I got
This
enough.
1979 film.
I think it's Alien.
It is Alien, yeah.
Yes. Yep. I didn't get much there,
Pro
but I got
teams,
enough.
pro sports teams by mascot.
Okay.
Pro team sports by mascot. A creature with fire orange fur and a basketball nose named Bernie.
Um, The Knicks.
I'm going to read it to you again.
Okay.
Listen to my words.
Okay. I can hear you now.
A creature with fire orange fur and a basketball nose named Bernie. Basketball team,
The Miami Heat.
fire orange fur. There you go. Pro sports teams by mascot. A bird named Poe. A bird named Poe. Let me know if you want a hint.
Yep, I want a hint.
It's a Baltimore team. Team from Baltimore named after Edgar Allan Poe.
The Ravens.
Baltimore Ravens. There you go. A green alien named Orbit. Green alien named Orbit. It's a baseball team.
Baseball. I was about to say that's a baseball team for sure. Let's see. It's not. You can give me a hint if you'd like. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna get. Wait. An alien. It's probably gonna be. It's gonna be a Nevada team, because that's where Area 51 is. So it'll have to be the Vegas. There's no baseball team in Vegas. There's no baseball team in Nevada. I don't know. Oh boy.
Astros.
You got to say it again, buddy. Oh boy. Houston Astros. Is that what you said? All right, folks. It's that time of the podcast yet again. You're stuck with me. And I'm very sorry to say that, because I think I'm the least entertaining part of the podcast. I think if you were to sort of rank the interesting parts of the podcast from most interesting to least interesting, most interesting has got to be Josh. That's a big number one. Number two, the trivia questions. Number three, the movie. Number four, how was your week? That's the how was your week section that we usually do at the beginning. And five would probably be me. And so we're down in the trenches right now, just talking to old Jesse. Nothing going on with me, particularly. If I had a camera that was sort of detachable, I'd show you around the place, but I don't. I'm on a laptop. What I've done specifically for this episode, just to make sure it was not me who was the problem, I took the Ethernet cable that comes from the modem. I plugged it right into the laptop. So I'm not working on Wi-Fi. I'm working on Ethernet, and our internet's pretty solid. So it's definitely not me. Josh is going to have to get some sort of, maybe he's got to get like 100-foot Ethernet cable to run from the modem to his computer. I mean, I could see that working. Speaking of which, the man himself.
Anyways, how are you? What's going on with you?
What's going on with me? These days, not a whole lot. I had a race in Penticton. That went really well. We won that easily. Pretty fun. I got a race this weekend in Vancouver. That'll be pretty good. Yeah, I'd say that's about the length of the full scope of it, of what's going on with me.
How was the weather? How was the weather in Penticton?
It was kind of like what it was like today. Kind of like mildly sunny, somewhat overcast, fairly warm. That's about it. Nothing too special.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Some good news, though, is that tomorrow we're going to look at a place on Craigflower. And then we have two other places we're seeing this weekend. So we're getting out of here, which means you can kiss these internet issues goodbye.
Looking at a place to rent, or
Oh, to rent. Yeah, to rent.
okay.
I don't know if you heard the beginning of the podcast, but I don't have a job as of Friday, so
Right.
yeah, to rent
Okay.
for the
Cool. What?
same or less than what I'm paying
Why?
here.
Why? Why are you changing?
Because we don't work in Langford, and we're commuting every day, and it sucks up here.
I see. Okay. Well,
So if we can find a good place, for the same or less,
in a place like
or slightly more.
a place where there's like you can get an office where the modem is in the same room as the office, and then you'll be really close to your internet.
Yeah, because right now it's in the very opposite end. It's about 900 square feet away from me right now. So,
Yeah. Well, that makes a lot of sense.
yeah, thank you. Okay, before we get to the movie, let's just do two more questions,
Oh,
and
two
then we'll
more.
jump into the monkey. Yeah, slang.
Okay. Slang.
Slang
Mm-hmm.
for us kids. Of for now, for real, or forever, the phrase that's synonymous with the newer slang term no cap. So, do you know what no cap means?
Yeah. No lie.
Right. So, would it be for now, for real,
Oh,
or forever?
for real.
For real. Nice.
No cap, no kizzy, as they say.
Hang 10.
Yep.
Also a brand of sugar-free gum. This word can describe someone who's being too much. Also a brand of sugar-free gum. This word can describe someone who's being too much. It's not hubba bubba. Gotta look back at your grocery store. You're at the till. There's a bunch of gum options.
Uh,
It's one of those like flat packs with the you have to pop them out.
Excel?
It's white. Close.
I don't know.
Extra.
Oh. Yeah. Extra. That makes perfect sense.
Oop. Just got an email. Is it important? No.
Your phone
Okay.
jumps off the desk when you get an email. That's impressive.
I dropped it. The monkey.
Yes, The Monkey. This is a film that I watched.
Film.
Yep.
Stephen King short story of film. Film has our movies. We do short wire. The child actor played both parts, much like the adult actor.
Mm-hmm.
That was interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Positives. The score was good.
Yes. Yep.
How do you like the movie?
I didn't really like it very much.
Oh. Okay.
The gore was pretty good, I guess. And I was gonna say, when you're listing the positives, you're like, the gore, and I'm like, what else is he possibly gonna say? 'Cause I really didn't feel like there was anything else good about this one. I mean, I don't watch too many modern horror movies, I would say. Like,
Mhm.
like the brand of horror movies, like the ones that you can find on Netflix, that no one's heard of, but you can watch them.
Yeah.
I feel like you and Megan watch those types of movies a lot. You're like, oh, I watched a movie while we were away. Yeah, it's called The Killing. And I was like, oh, yeah. You're like, yeah, it wasn't very good. I feel like this is one of those.
It's a Blumhouse. It's like a Blumhouse feel. Those kind of movies. Like, it's not one of those movies, but
Blumhouse?
it's like
What the fuck is that?
Yeah. So it's a guy, Jason Blum. He produces a bunch of horror movies,
Uh-huh.
and the, um the company he produces them through is called Blumhouse. So they've done quite a few movies. I will find a list of
So
Blumhouse
it's like
movies.
Hallmark movies, but horror movies.
No, like they did Five Nights at Freddy's,
Right.
um, The Black Phone, Insidious, like those kind of movies.
So like bad movies.
No, not all the time. The Hunt we did for this podcast. Um, Get Out was a Blumhouse movie. The Purge,
Get
those
Out
kind
is
of
a good
movies.
movie.
It was yeah, yeah. So, but that wasn't this movie. This movie was done by the same guy who did Long Legs, that Nicolas Cage movie,
Right. I heard that
which
one was
you haven't
decent.
seen.
No, I heard it was
It's
good though.
very good. You should watch it. Um, I watched this movie with somebody else, and they shared the same thoughts as you, as in like, oh, it's not good.
Yeah.
But I liked the movie, so
Well, we're different humans, it turns out. And
the acting wasn't very good. I had a lot of Canadian content. Um, the guy who like directed the movie, he played the weird uncle.
yeah, I saw that. I mean, I guess
Theo James was fine.
I can think of another good positive about this movie. It was like the minute and 15 seconds that Elijah Wood was on the screen.
True, yeah. Elijah Wood was on the screen for. He had one scene. Yeah, he's in everything.
Is he?
He's in a lot of stuff. I just finished watching Yellow Jackets. He's in that.
That's true. He is in that.
Other stuff.
And other things too. He's in a lot of stuff. Yellow Jackets and nothing else to be named. Yeah, I had a problem with the acting. I thought it was not good. Especially the main character. I thought he sucked. And I had a problem also with the story. I
What
thought
if I
the
told you
story.
he was British?
Well, that changes everything.
Did that change anything? Thank you.
Um, and I think another problem too is I thought the first like 10 minutes were like interesting. I was like, okay, I could see this blossoming into something cool.
Yeah,
But
Adam
that,
Scott.
but then it really did not do that. I felt like it got weaker and weaker as the film went on, and then it just kind of became like a boring. Okay, well, to be clear, I haven't seen any of the Final Destination movies, but it just kind of felt like, what weird way is somebody going to die? You know, like the Final Destination movies. But some of the scenes I've seen from those movies, like in clips and stuff, they die in cool, weird ways, and it's like interesting. Whereas I felt like here they just kind of got tired and ran out of ideas really quickly somehow, and I don't know. The whole shtick of the film is that the monkey kills a random person in a freak accident sort of way, and some of them were stupid, like the bees in the mouth. That was dumb. And the shotgun falling out of the closet, or the woman exploding in the pool. I mean, that's not even what would happen to you if you did that.
How's your day at work today? You have a good day?
It was okay. It was very busy. A lot of people called in
Do you
sick.
think? Right. So, do you think you watched this film kind of in like a negative mindset?
No, I was looking forward to the movie the whole day. So I could really go for a movie. And so I sat my ass down and watched this crap.
So, somebody jumping into a pool of water, and then as soon as they jump in, they explode.
Yep.
that didn't speak to you at all?
No, it didn't. I was just kind of like annoyed at the movie at that point, I think. So maybe nothing could save it. I mean, and just like the idea that his brother was trying to get the monkey to kill his brother. Like, surely he could have just gone and done that himself instead of trying to get and and the brother's just so morally reprehensible that he was just like, yeah, I'll just kill a random person. If it's not my brother, oh well, I'll just try again. Like, I don't understand. I don't know how we got to him being that evil and just needlessly. I don't know. It just didn't make any sense.
So you would like to see kind of like a prequel film that explains the teenage years where he got to that point?
No, no, I wouldn't. I mean, maybe if it wasn't played by Theo James. Man, is that guy in anything good? He can't be, right? He's no good. He's in the Insurgent, Divergent movies.
Yeah. And he was in what
Insurgent.
else? He's in White Lotus.
He's in some of the Underworld movies. Boy, that's a good sign. I mean,
He's been in better stuff recently.
right.
So you didn't like the fact that it was more of like a comedy. Didn't take itself too seriously.
No, it wasn't
You
funny.
wanted more or less serious. Well,
what was one part you laughed at?
oh, I can't remember. I watched this movie 10 days ago. But one fact that I thought was interesting was that in the story, the short story, it's a symbol. The monkey is the symbol,
Yeah.
but it's drums in the movie because Toy Story 3 Disney owns the symbol monkey, so they couldn't use it because it was in Toy Story 3, so that their copyright continued. So yeah, Disney will
I
just
see.
forever own.
Interesting. Yeah, I knew.
You know, Toy Story 5 is coming out.
Yes, it is. When I think of the monkey, I think of the symbols. I didn't know they made a drum one, but evidently they do. Or maybe they invented it up just for this movie.
I did also like the first scene, and it was very interesting. You're right. It kind of set the tone, but then it didn't really do. It shifted tones. If the whole movie was like the first scene,
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. It was for an hour and a half movie. It was kind of slow at times.
Yeah. Yeah. I just found the story made no sense, and the acting was real bad, and I did not care about the characters. I mean, do I have to overtly care about the characters in a horror comedy? I guess not really, but I mean, doesn't hurt. I don't know. I felt like if I have no skin in the game, why do I care what's happening?
You didn't like the decapitation at a hibachi restaurant?
Nope, I thought that was dumb too.
Are you going to see the new Mission Impossible movie?
Yes, I'm looking forward to that very much. Probably won't see it this week. I think it came out today or something, or tomorrow or something like that. But
yeah, I'm not sure. I haven't seen the first part. I gotta do that.
It's pretty good. I'll need to watch a recap on what happened. That's the thing with the Mission Impossible movies. You definitely need to have watched the other ones, or you're going to see characters and miss out on plots of what's going on in the current one you're watching.
Yeah, I think the last Mission Impossible movie I saw was the first one. So I don't know. Is Angelina Jolie's dad still alive? All I remember is John Voight. All I remember is the face. He changed and then I really liked playing the Mission Impossible games on the N64.
Yep.
Um,
They still do the fake face. They do that a lot.
mm,
At least
good,
once a
good, good.
movie.
2.7 out of 5 on Letterboxd
Yeah.
for The Monkey.
Yeah. Oh, I've just
The
thought of something as well
Yeah,
that I wanted to bring
sure.
up. When we're talking about movies now from the podcast, we talk about
Hmm.
acting, we talk about ending. And I also want to start discussing if we could picture this being somebody's favorite movie.
Okay.
And I mean, we could do that right now. I think this isn't anyone's favorite movie. But we also have to like not count stupid people. I think that's an important thing. Because I think a stupid person would like this movie as their and it be their favorite, but no intelligent person would ever have this as their favorite movie of all time.
On an aside, two asides. Um, this movie has the same Rotten Tomato score as the new Wes Anderson film. The new Wes Anderson film isn't out yet. Actually, it's 2% better than the Wes Anderson film,
Mm-hmm.
but that film's not out yet. And Stephen King, there was a quote here um, from Stephen King himself. He praised the film, describing it as batshit insane.
It's not batshit insane.
So you look at a film like The Straight Story, right? And you can see, yeah, that could be somebody's favorite movie because it really resonates with them, the journey and family.
Uh-huh.
Um, but no, you're right. The Monkey's only somebody's favorite movie if they haven't seen any other good movies. Either like new to the game, they see this is like their first foray kind of into horror,
Mm-hmm.
um, gross deaths and stuff. That's like, yeah, it's my favorite movie. But they're like 8.
Yeah. And see, like, I can think of movies that we've watched that I particularly didn't like, didn't give it a very high score, but I could see it being their favorite movie. Like, I don't remember what I gave Fear, that Mark Wahlberg movie. If I were to guess, I
Yeah.
probably gave it like maybe a 6 or something. But I could see that being someone's favorite movie. There's like iconic scenes and there's some good acting and the story is interesting. I could see that being someone's favorite movie, but it's not necessarily a movie that I think is good for me. So I don't think it's not necessarily a grading rubric that only aligns with what I feel.
Understood.
Just to make that clear.
Not to jinx anything, but I changed my Wi-Fi once again to coming from my phone, so I'm not on my own Wi-Fi, and it's been fine
Right.
for 19 minutes and 53 seconds. So
I also plugged. I don't know if you're here for this, but I plugged the Ethernet cable from my modem into my computer. It turns out it reaches. So I don't know.
yeah, it doesn't help me too much.
But who knows? Maybe it is me this whole time. Although I don't really know how
It's
that's possible.
100% not. Another slang question for you. Today it means to imitate musical instruments with your mouth, but in the 80s, this term meant a drum machine.
There's a word for
You're
that?
like, yeah. So like, think about maybe Do the Right Thing, the film we watched a year ago or 2 years ago. Maybe they're on the street and somebody's about to rap, and then somebody's like, "Give me a beat," and then somebody,
Oh, they start
what's the word for that?
beatboxing.
Beatboxing. There you go. We're gonna jump a little bit to pre-Columbian civilization. So from slang to pre-Columbian civilization.
Okay.
So before uh, Columbus came.
Yeah.
These people got their name from a word meaning land of white herons. Herons? Herons? Herons. referring. There's a lot of herons on Gabriola, referring to their likely origin in northwestern Mexico. These people got their name from a word meaning land of white herons, referring to their likely origin in northwestern Mexico. Ancient Mexico people.
Yeah. Well, I know. I'm thinking of either the Incans or the Mayans.
Is it neither one of those? But you're on the right track.
Oh boy. Then I don't know.
The Aztecs.
Oh right, that's one too.
Nonfiction. Timothy Ferriss reduces the typical full-time schedule by 90% with his self-help hit about a work week of this many hours. With his self-help hit about a work week with this many hours.
20.
4. Don't know.
I don't know what that's even talking about.
Okay, one last question for you.
Okay.
The other two kind of suck.
Okay.
You won't know the answer, but it's a fun question. On the way to making history as the first American to orbit the Earth, he became the first man to eat applesauce in space.
Bill Gregan's.
John Glenn. Close.
John Glenn. Yes.
John Glenn.
That would have been my second guess.
So the monkey. You have any other? We didn't really give it that much time because you came right out of the gate saying you hated the movie.
The music was pretty good. Soundtrack. Yeah. That was fine.
Yeah, filmed locally. So pumping some money into our economy, that's important.
Yep, I like the Canadian economy. Yeah, no, I think that's it.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. Well, how did you like the acting out of 10? You can just give me a score. You don't have to slam the acting again.
I won't slam the acting again. 2.
2 out of 10. Okay. I don't hate Theo James. I mean, he's been in stuff that I've liked. I haven't seen any of the Divergent films, but he's British. He was in The Gentleman, which was a miniseries that was good. He was in The White Lotus season 2, which was good. Great television. He was fine. The kid was good too. I mean, I didn't hate him. I'm gonna give acting a 6 out of 10. Didn't mind it. Didn't mind it at all. How did you like the ending?
The ending.
Do you remember the ending?
Yeah, kind of. Was that supposed to be one of the horsemen of the apocalypse at the end there?
Yeah.
I'd give the ending a 3.
3. Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't interesting. It was just, stupid.
Sure. Obviously, the ending was, I mean, it was a little, I don't want to say it was predictable, but you kind of knew what was going to happen for the most part. And it happened. The cool thing, though, was the bowling ball. Little circle moment going back to the scene where Good Twin was going to smash his face in with the bowling ball, and then turns out he ended up smashing the face in with the bowling ball at the end, regardless. But yeah, little 4 horsemen there. I'm going to give the ending a 6. 6 out of 10.
Okay.
I liked the film. It was a fine time. I'm just going to jump ahead and give my score a 6 out of 10. So we can leave on your. I'm going to guess you're going to give it a 3 out of 10. I think.
Yeah. So I'm giving this movie a 3 out of 10. There were a couple okay parts. And I wouldn't say I was bored. No, not bored.
You just hated it.
Yeah, there was a lot of things I didn't like. And yeah, you've heard all the things I said I didn't like about it, and I still don't like those things. So 3 out of 10.
So there are films we do watch where maybe one of us catches a little bit of a nap, and that kind of negatively affects the score. But this wasn't the case for you. You just didn't like the film.
Yeah, I didn't feel sleepy. I didn't nap. I was intently watching. I think maybe I sent my expectation. I didn't go in with high expectations, honestly. I kind of had a feeling I wouldn't like it. And
Okay.
turns out I didn't.
Interesting that you just felt that you wouldn't like the film.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a feeling.
Just filling the scores out here. 2015, The Monkey. Yeah, that's fine.
I'm pretty sure 2025 is when that came out, not
Did I
2015.
say 2015? And I
Yep.
wrote 2015 too, but I knew it was 2025. That's what year we're in? 2025?
Yep. It's crazy.
It's almost June too.
Yep.
That's crazy. Yeah, that is crazy. All right. Well then for 130, what are we doing?
For 130, we're doing a movie from, I believe, the 80s. I don't know. I know who's in this movie. I know what it's called. And I could hazard a general guess as to what it's about, but I'm trying for this one to not look up what it's about or how it's been reviewed. I know it's a classic. And I would say for genre, it's probably a fantasy. Yeah, I think it's a fantasy film.
Okay, well, let's just classic fantasy 80. That was weird. You see that?
I didn't see anything, no.
Oh, the lights just flickered. Okay.
Oh,
Classic fantasy 80s films.
yeah.
Is it called Conan the Barbarian?
No.
Is it called Krull?
No, it's not Krull.
The Dark Crystal?
No.
Highlander?
No. I would say we're probably the closest with the Dark Crystal, I would have to guess, but I don't know 100%.
Are there dragons in it?
I don't think so.
Is it called Lady Hawk? Willow?
Willow.
Is it?
Yes.
Willow was a film. Oh, there's freaking Val Kilmer. Good thing I got Disney Plus. It was a film I looked at recently. Maybe not for the podcast, but
Val Kilmer's in it?
yeah, he's in the.
Okay. I didn't know that. Oh, there he is right there. The only person I knew was in it was Warwick Davis, and I was like,
Well,
lately
yeah,
I've been interested in Warwick Davis, and so
sure.
that's the movie we're watching, Willow.
Yeah, I know nothing about it. This is a little bit of an opposite of this movie we just watched, where the Rotten Tomato score is much higher than the IMDb score, but for Willow, IMDb score much higher than Rotten Tomato score, which I think bodes well.
Yeah, typically it does.
Yeah, we
Okay.
get it. You're screaming.
Yeah, so I feel good about that pick. I will
Probably no dragons.
warn you that my next movie, I'm tempted to pick a notoriously god awful film, but I may not do
Yeah.
that. I may not do that, but I am tempted.
I mean, how do we know it's bad until we watch it?
I think a lot of people would say, have said it's the worst movie ever made.
We've already seen The Room.
We've already seen The Room. It's not The Room. No.
Hi, Mark. Okay, and you don't want to tell me what the movie is now? Maybe I've already seen it.
You have not seen this movie. I can guarantee you
I
that.
don't know. I've seen a lot of movies.
I know. Believe me, I know.
I just had a great idea.
Okay.
I have my wedding on a Wednesday night, and we do a live episode of the podcast to a group of my family and friends.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea.
We pick a good movie,
Yep.
like a 2.5 hour epic,
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings or a Mean Girls.
Yeah.
And we watch it.
You know, and actually, you know why I think we might be uniquely qualified to actually do that in front of a live audience? This week, I've listened to 2 podcasts, like just I would say briefly, but I was like, somebody I was interested who's on YouTube was on one, and I listened to it for a little bit. Quickly grew bored, but I learned that editing is a thing that people do with their podcasts,
Yeah,
like
lots of
quite
people.
heavily in some instances. But that's not anything we do typically. Like I mean, I know you do sometimes.
Well, I only edit, like last time I edited the big chunk of time out that maybe I wasn't around for.
Yeah.
But otherwise, no.
Yeah.
Free flowing conversation.
Excuse me. Yeah, so I think that is why we might be uniquely qualified, because we just kind of speak our little Jabberwocky for however long we do, and that's just what you get. That's what the end listener gets.
Yeah, this podcast is for a live audience for sure.
Yeah.
Plus, there's no internet to deal with, so that'd be nice.
And you know what else is good? This would be good for the ego. Is when, say, you're the groom at a wedding, and you have a couple hundred people, or how many ever people are going to be there listening. When people can sense that you're telling a joke and you're the groom on your wedding day, do people typically laugh perhaps at something maybe they wouldn't normally find funny? I think the answer to that is yes. So we would be saying stuff that we typically are like, in my mind, this is kind of funny thing for me to say, but there's no immediate feedback of, I'm delivering comedy. But people would just be, busting the gut at all the stuff we say.
Eating it up for sure.
Yeah. So we'd be feeling good about ourselves, I think.
I've been to 3 weddings in my life. 4 if you include my parents getting married in our living room. Well, my stepdad and my mother getting married in our living room, but and none of the grooms were funny people.
Oh,
but
okay.
they did eat it up.
Right.
They did tell some jokes and they got some laughs, but in a room not of their friends and family, we're paying. They've paid for this thing.
Yeah.
Nobody's laughing.
Right. Yeah, but once you get a few drinks at the open bar and a nice meal in you, then the comedy starts flowing through you, even if you don't want it to.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's something to think about a couple years from now.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming for sure.
Yep.
It's the Survivor finale tonight. Have you been paying attention?
Not at all.
Who do you think's gonna win?
I know one thing: there are no Canadians this season.
That's not true.
Oh.
Where do you hear that?
I thought I heard that on the radio, but evidently I was obviously incorrect about that. Who do I think is going to win? I think Richard's going to win. The gay one who's always naked.
Yeah, that's crazy that they let him back. No, there's a Canadian actually in the finale, in the final 5. Spoiler alert: she doesn't win.
Oh, dang!
But I'm not watching until tomorrow, so don't tell anybody.
Okay, I won't tell anyone.
Oh, big yawn.
Well, we've fucked around for 20 minutes before we started getting this thing going, so.
Okay, before we go though, I just want to brainstorm some stuff with you real quickly. So obviously, like there's a 95% chance that I'll be off again. So I just had a 10 days off, a week off with the long weekend.
Yeah.
And then I came back to work Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then probably off again.
Mm-hmm.
Last time I was off for 32 days.
Yeah.
I didn't really do anything with my time besides pick it. Any suggestions on what I should do with my spare time this time?
Are you planning on picketing? I remember you saying, well, I think when we spoke a few weeks ago, that you're like, yeah, this time I'm not doing that. I'm just gonna.
I have no interest in picketing,
Okay.
but I am signed up 7 to 11 a.m. So
I see. So you sort of feigned interest, just sort of to
we
please.
you you got to sign up. I mean, I feel bad if I didn't sign up just in case, but I have no interest in getting out there. Don't share this,
Well,
but no interest.
I
Not
mean,
at
it's
all.
anyone who's anyone could listen to this podcast. So I mean, I'm not going to
Yeah.
share it, but I mean,
People are gonna throw things. No, thank you. You think look how upset people are gonna be? Sure, it's not Christmas time, but there's nobody gonna be happy we're doing this again.
you
It's
would
not gonna be a
have
positive experience.
thought that if your union wanted to get any sort of action on their wants and needs, they would have done it like around tax season. Don't you think?
Yeah, but the agreement was it was 6 months, so it ended. Well, tomorrow's the last day, so they couldn't really do anything
I see.
in April.
Okay.
But yeah,
I'm trying to think now because you've asked me what you should do with all your time off.
mhm.
I'm thinking about when we used to live together and what we would do. I mean, we would.
Puzzles.
I don't think we ever did a single puzzle. We did play NHL 2015, so you could do
Mhm.
that.
I only have 2024.
Okay, you could play some NHL 2024. Boy, you could go on some hikes.
Yeah, I can walk more.
Yeah, you don't get enough of that done with your day to day.
As I've gotten older, though, like video games just don't hold me the same way. You know, like
You
I
know, that's
played Civilization for a bit, and then you just kind of get bored of it.
yeah,
And like trying to find a good game, but then you're like, oh, I don't want to spend these prices
yeah.
on new games.
No, I
So
understand. I understand that. I haven't
rock
played it. I haven't
rock
played a video
nowadays.
game in like a month. And yeah, like I picked up Skyrim again. I was like, I'm gonna play through this, and I played for maybe 15 hours or something like that. And I last time I played that was like 4 or 5 months ago, probably.
Yeah, I got Stardew Valley. I could farm.
You could go farming. You could play Minecraft. You could, but I understand what you mean. Video games aren't a thing that's really an interest of mine.
I can learn a skill, I guess. Megan got like a crochet set. She's gonna learn how to crochet, but gave up after one day.
Yeah,
So I can crochet.
you could pick up the reins on that.
Yeah.
Mackenzie and I and her mother are doing an art class over 3 weeks. It's like a Tuesday every week for 3 weeks. It's about portraits.
Mhm.
My Mackenzie and her mom are both very talented artists already,
Yeah.
and
You're
so
the outlier.
yeah. I wouldn't say I'm very good. So it's going to be interesting.
Is this at like a community center? Or is this
No,
like
it's at an actual art institute. I just don't remember which one it is,
hmm,
but it's like a real thing. So you can maybe do something like that. Crocheting, Mackenzie crochets. She's good at it. Um, I've tried knitting before. It hurts
mhm.
my hands. I feel like my hands are too big to do intricate. I don't know. I just find my hands ache after like 20 minutes of doing it. But I've been told I'm holding the needles too hard. So maybe that's it.
Classic, yeah.
You can get back into dragon boating.
It's too late. It's already May. It's almost June.
It's true. Did you like dragon boating?
Yeah, it was fun.
Okay.
But it's like I need, because like I live with you obviously, so like that was
I was the
why I
motivator.
went. Yeah, so now and I'm not gonna living out here, going all the way down there. But I guess if I lived on the gorge again, it'd be easy.
It would be. Okay, well, that's basically all the ideas I got for you.
I appreciate it.
You could do freelance mail delivery, like put an ad out on Marketplace. Say, I'll deliver your mail. You know, if it's important, and as long as it's within the city, you could do that.
Right.
Although that might be some sort of conflict of interest of some sort.
Well, you get like people wanting you to deliver packages. You know, the small little businesses who deliver parcels and stuff.
Yep.
I don't want to work. It's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could write a book or something.
That's true. You've done that before.
Get back into doing that.
Yep.
Maybe an autobiography about my life.
There you go. Okay.
Oh my God. I gotta read now. I gotta read books to write books.
Yeah. Well, you'll have the time. Okay, well, you know, it's 57 minutes and 10, 11, 12 seconds on my screen.
Pretty good. 43, 36, 37 on my screen. So.
Right. Plus, you'll get rid of the Jesse segment, which
Not today. You have.
Oh, okay. You can leave it in if you like.
It wasn't that long.
I see when I was in the middle of doing my Jesse segment, I thought about, well, how last time you're like, yeah, you don't have to say anything and I can just edit it out.
Mm-hmm.
But then I had already started and I'm like, well, I might as well keep talking. And as I'm doing it, I'm like, this is boring, but I keep doing it anyway. And then I get into and I'm like, he's just going to cut this out. What am I doing? But yeah, it's up to you. Cut it out or don't cut it out. It's all your decision. You have the reins. That's the power you hold and the luxury you have for being the one who edits these. God bless your heart.
I have to keep it in because you've already talked about it.
I guess so. I can't reference something that was in the episode and then have it taken out.
Yeah. I don't understand why the internet is working great now. Like, it needs to warm up. I need to start doing this like 10 minutes earlier. Get to warm up.
That's something I also did is sometimes I would turn my computer on. Like this was like not last episode, the one before, maybe it was the one before that where I was having like my technical difficulties or whatever. And I'm like, from now on, I'm just going to turn the computer on like half an hour before I need to do anything and just let it load up, you know, do all the little whatever it needs to do. And then come to it like 10 minutes before we're actually recording and make sure like I test the mic and everything.
Love it.
Yeah. So perhaps that's my inspiration to you. You could do something similar.
I mean, my computer's been on all day. We were watching a show on it right before podcasting, so that's not the issue, but
okay.
It's my internet. It's this room of death. Anyways, thank you so much for listening. Episode 129, The Monkey. Sucked. Last movie of 2025 we'll ever do. Yep. Willow coming soon. It's an iconic movie. Willow.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, everybody. Nice.
It's over.
It's over.